Okay, I think it's the time to begin.
Yeah, I guess so.
So welcome everyone for today's new kind of podcast on my channel, The Butterfly Effect. And today I have a guest in my home studio. And this episode will be super useful for everyone who's looking for the purpose, everyone who wants to change their life and find something that they really want to do, everyone who's going through a crisis and looking for the answers, looking for insights and some additional help and support in order to succeed in your journey, in order to really find your way. And today, Alina will tell us her story, and I really feel that lots of you will rely on this story and really felt touched by the words that she's going to tell to us today. Hello.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. I'm really grateful to be here to have this conversation. Yeah, so I'm really happy to share my transformational journey, and I hope it will inspire more people. This is actually why I do podcasts. I talk to people on daily basis just to share my story because you never know how many people your story affects their hearts. And I guess this is why we are all here for to, through our journeys, help others to grow, to transform, to live a happier, better life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's start with the core thing. Like we don't have time to just walk around the house here. Tell me who you were 5 years ago and
Right.
who you are right now through the lens of your transformation.
Sure. So right now I'm a solopreneur. I'm a hypnotherapist and life coach. And my coaching is focused on transformation. Basically, I help people to overcome a crisis of maybe self-identity or crisis in their career. And most of the time it's connected to life purpose. So I help them to overcome that crisis, come back home to themselves, to their soul, to their inner self, and find a new way, new path that would be more enjoyable, joyful, fulfilling for them. So how I started, that's another story. 5 years ago, I was going through a crisis myself. It was COVID actually just started, and I almost got stuck in South Africa. I was traveling just before the lockdown and the whole world happened. And basically, as I almost got stuck in South Africa because all the planes leaving in South Africa, I used to live in Dubai back then, all of a sudden didn't allow passengers on board because Dubai shut down. So I was there feeling completely lost, feeling like I don't have a home. By the way, I was born in Russia on the Far East, so my hometown is like super far away from anywhere I ever lived. And I felt like super disconnected from my home, myself. What am I doing here in general? Like, I wasn't feeling safe because I was stuck in another country. At the same time, I could not come back to the place I live. And at the same time, I couldn't come back to the place I was born because I wasn't connected to the place at all anyway. And once I actually eventually got back to Dubai, I had to do like some cheating to get back there. I realized that my life doesn't fully depend on me in a way that I have a job in Dubai, I'm a resident in Dubai. All my life depends on the decisions of the government or my employer or someone else. And I felt like I'm not in control in the way that I want to be in control of my life. And at the same time, I wasn't really enjoying my job anymore that much. I was a flight attendant. I was about to quit. At the time, I was experiencing a severe burnout. I was physically and mentally exhausted. And that's how my journey started, basically. It started with a big self identity crisis, career crisis. I was only 23, I guess, but people say I'm pretty mature for my age. So I guess my 23-year-old crisis was kind of related to quarter life crisis that people usually face at that
You're
age.
calling this part of your journey a crisis, and you also put lots of pieces of the puzzle, like why is this the crisis?
Yeah.
And I believe that even back there, you kind of, because as you said, you're mature for your age, you were feeling that something is going wrong. Like,
Yeah.
did you knew
Exactly.
back then that this is the crisis, this is how it looks, and like that you are in the middle of the crisis? Were you able to name it this way?
I think when I I just felt comfortable. That's what I felt. I didn't label it. I wouldn't label it as a depression or something like that. I didn't go through depression. It was more of a push. Like I felt kind of unsafe and not in control. And I'm like, hey, I want to go back to feeling powerful again. And this is when I started researching, um, first of all, the ways that I can make money online. So I don't have to be dependent on the employer or someone else. I wanted to be in control of my finances. I wanted to be control in my location. I wanted location independence. So it wasn't a crisis just yet. It was kind of a push to start a new journey, a new chapter to explore more. And as I wanted to start a business, e-commerce business, I also started researching about um, mind power because I realized as a business owner, future founder, I need to have a different mindset because my employee mindset was already kind of outdated. But it was a journey. Of course, I didn't wake up one day and I'm like, hey, I need to kind of upgrade my mindset.
No, it doesn't work like this.
Yeah,
That's so surprising. I thought that's exactly how it happened.
really, unfortunately.
So
So
for
I didn't
every
label it as a crisis. I just felt like,
yeah,
hey, something is wrong. Like I need to do something about it. Yeah, that's how it.
that's the that I also noticed many times because when you're in the middle of this, you don't really label it. You can't really understand what exactly is happening. Like you feel sad, you feel confused, frustrated, something that used to work for you doesn't work anymore. And you're walking around just trying to figure out what changed. Like, did I change? Did the my change or the circumstances or the life around me? What changed? Like why I don't feel that happy anymore? Why I don't feel fulfilled or satisfied? Like what's the problem? What's the reason? So can you maybe like name, let's say, 3 to 5 core things how the person can understand that he's going through a crisis? Like this is it. This is the moment based on your experience.
So I was waking up feeling kind of a lack of purpose. So I was like,
what's the point?
right, exactly. That's the point. Why am I here? How can I serve the world in a better way? And how can I felt actually I have a potential in me that I don't know how to express. And I couldn't express it in my current job role. That's why I wanted to create something with it. I wanted to use my potential, my talents, my gifts to create something in this world that would be the extension of me and that would be my life purpose and that also would serve other people in a good way. So I wanted to not just make money, but to make money doing something I love and enjoy, and this is extension of me. So I didn't want to create just any kind of business because back then in COVID times, you could just launch like whatever drop ship and store, right, with any kind of stuff like you can imagine, but it didn't really resonate with me. So even when I was launching my e-commerce, I was looking for a product that would be kind of an extension of me. Like in my first store was jewelry, so I still wear some jewelry from there, by the way. Like it's been 5 years. I don't have it anymore though. My life changed a lot, but it's that's when I realized you need to really, really love what you do because otherwise you're gonna create sooner or later feeling empty. Even if you make a lot of money with it, you would feel empty. And I always knew this is not my path. Like I'm not here for just money because money doesn't mean anything if you don't feel joy. Really. Like you just yeah. Okay, so coming back to the question, so 3 to 5
You're
things.
waking up without feeling a
Yeah,
purpose.
like not feeling why you're here, then feeling like kind of a background anxiety all the time. Like when you don't have a purpose, you don't know why you're here, you feel this anxiety all the time, nervousness, like it's not a stable state. So I had to stabilize myself a lot with meditation back then. What else? I was looking at my relationship back then and I wasn't feeling, I would say I was just like, yeah, I'm in this relationship because I don't know if anything better exists, you know?
Settling.
Yeah, I can't just settle for it. And anyway, any relationship is just a reflection of you, right? So this is how I felt about myself too. I was just settling with whatever I am, with all my beliefs about myself. Yeah, that would be the three things, I guess. Just settling for it, feeling like you're not worthy of more, feeling like you don't know what your past is, and that background anxiety that is destabilizing you all the time, and feeling doubt, like you doubt everything, like every decision you make, everything about yourself. Like all of a sudden, it's not that clear anymore. Your world has kind of changed, shifted, and you're not sure about the things that you were sure before. So before you had that kind of beliefs about the world, your belief system, now you feel that you doubt everything about your beliefs about everything of the world. And this makes you feel crazy a little bit. But sometimes it's a good sign that you're gonna shift your reality, you're gonna shift your identity because you now challenging your belief system. This is how I felt. Yeah, you're not connected with yourself yet. Yeah, so you're not connected to your intuition. So this is exactly why you doubt your decisions as well.
Yeah, that's why you can choose, because you don't have this inner voice that tells you this is your option. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what's the outcome, this is where you need to be. This is
Yeah.
what you need to do.
You always hear it. It like it's always there, but you don't trust it.
Yeah.
You trust your logical mind more than
Yeah, you're too afraid to rely on your intuition. Yeah, so logical mind sounds like something more sure, like a better, safer option. I truly feel like what you're what you're telling me about this right now. That's based on my experience and my client's experience. That's exactly how the crisis feels like. Like, on the point you reached a set of goals that you had, and you normally you ask something like, "This is it." Is it? So my parents are proud of me. Society is happy about me. Like, I'm a good daughter. I'm a good employee. I'm a good friend. But who am I? What am I doing here? Like, what's the this wrong? What's the purpose of this
why
journey?
am I not happy?
Yeah, why am I not happy? Why I reached all of my goals? Why do I do not feel happy? Why I don't feel satisfied? What's wrong with me? That's what people mostly ask. Like, it might be something wrong with me, because everyone else told me if you got this job, this apartment, this level of, I don't know, income, this relationship, you must be happy. Why am I not happy? Am I broken? Something is wrong with me? But generally, I I know of people who didn't have to go through this whole journey to then question, is there anything else? But there's such a small percentage. Generally, you have to go through the journey of like society kind of vision of perfect life to then question it, to then start to ask proper questions like, okay, so what do I really want? What do I really need? What's actually matter for me? What's my values? What's my priorities? What's mine in this world in general? And that's how generally like the journey from the crisis began. So what was this crisis for you? Like, you moved from being, I believe I could say, absolutely lost 5 years ago,
Kind of lot, yeah.
disconnected, lost, not feeling any kind of purpose, just doing the job, having a relationship that was not satisfying, not fulfilling, and you moved to being a coach right now. So you help other people to become happy right now and find their purpose. That's a quite a journey, quite a jump. What was this crisis? What was this transformation that happened?
Like I believe I was actually always listening to my intuition when I was a kid, and yeah, but as all of us, we wake up and fall asleep, wake up and fall asleep. You know, there is this moment of awakening, but then at some point I fall asleep again and I'm not connected anymore. So I think when I was a kid, I was really, really connected to my intuition because I always knew what I want and I always wanted to travel the world. And it was my biggest motivation for all my achievements in my life. So like when I was graduating in school and I had to take exams, I was working social software just to move to another city closer to Europe so I could travel. That was my only motivation, literally. Like I wasn't really thinking about money itself. I was thinking about money as a tool to help me explore the world. Like I felt like I've been an explorer. And this job, being a flight attendant, I actually graduated like the School of Economics. So I have a degree, but I was listening to my intuition, or I felt like that's not what I want to do. That's not the job I want to work, you know. And listen to my intuition against the like expectations of society or my family. I took this flight attendant job, even though like I never thought this is something for me. But I wanted to travel, so I was chasing this one dream, that one right motivation, I believe, because this right motivation brought me to where I am right now. So basically, at some point, I lost that connection. Yeah, that connection, I think, because physically, mentally, I was so tired working and doing this job that it was kind of impossible to connect. And COVID actually really helped me. I'm so grateful to COVID in a way that honestly, it gave me so much time and space to really connect with myself. And I've been doing yoga since I'm 13 years old. This is a great story as well. I don't know how I got into it, but I remember that I used to do it. And what I started to do during COVID, I had so much time. I started doing yoga and meditate intuitively. Like, I don't know why I started doing that, but I just felt that would be the tool for me to reconnect with myself. And it did help. It did help. I was meditating every day. I took a challenge, 21 days, and then I just continued till now. I still do it every day. And just this simple practice of meditation and connected to myself daily for 10, 15, 20 minutes helped me to understand so much what I want in life. And in the beginning, it wasn't easy. It wasn't like a sudden meditation for the first time in many years. And I'm like, I'm enlightened, I'm aligned, I know what I want. No, like it was a journey. Maybe it took me 1 year to really get to the point when meditation felt easy, natural, and was giving me insights. Yeah, it took me a while. So to my clients, also say that it's a practice. Don't expect magical results after doing meditation for 1 week. It might happen, but not necessarily. Give it some time. I believe meditation is for everyone. It's not just for some chosen people. Everybody can do it, but you need discipline, practice, and consistency. Like anything else in life requires this. So I started my journey with meditation. And by just doing this simple practice and reading some books, I started reading John Kehoe, Dispenza, like all these teachings about subconscious mind and the power of it. I got so into it. I got so inspired by these teachings and these researchers that I decided to kind of apply it to my life and to the practice and bring the conscious awareness into my life because I wasn't really bringing it. I was also living a lot from my logical mind back then. And bringing this conscious awareness into my life and intuition into my life helped me to really navigate my complex inner world and understand, okay, this is what I want. I don't know yet how to get there, but at least the first step is clear. I want to have location freedom. I want to keep traveling the world, but on my own terms. I don't want to be an employee and get called at 3 a.m. for a random flight, I don't know, to Saudi Arabia, because I don't want to do. I want to be the creator of my life. I want to choose where I want to live, where I want to travel, when, how long I want to stay in places. And I believe that the only thing that could give me that freedom is an online income, right? So my own business or my own thing that I do. And this is how I started e-commerce, basically. This is what brought me to e-commerce. Mm,
So basically, your first step out of the crisis was not like magically understanding how my perfect life looks like and just waking up the next day and, just having everything that you ever wish for.
Yeah.
But I believe it's mostly finding courage to say no to what doesn't work for you anymore, to create enough space for something new to come. And together with that, reconnect with yourself so you can actually start to hear the voice of your intuition, your desires, your wants, your thoughts once again. And I believe like the main is like the main resource for that is just the courage, because for all of us, it's so hard and it's so scary to step out of the matrix, step out of something that might not be satisfying, but at least it works, right? You might not have the perfect relationship, but at least it works. You might not have the job that you like, but at least it gives you money, like it works. But yeah, for most of the people, if you feel this, like the sense of, I do have a purpose, I do have so much potential inside of me, and I don't want to settle for less. I want to go and try and explore and see where it's going to bring me. Like, in what kind of reality am I going to live in order to serve this purpose, in order to reach that potential? For those kind of people, you actually, at some point, you'll have to step out of the matrix and go looking. And for this, I have one of my favorite phrases that I said to many of my friends and my clients who come to me and say, I'm in crisis, I'm so lost. Like I tried this and this and this and that, and nothing works. And I'm saying that whoever wonders isn't lost.
yeah.
You're just wondering.
It's just a journey.
It's just a journey.
It's okay to be lost, by the way. Like, yeah, if you're lost right now, if you're lost right now, that's the first step. That's the first stage of you on the way to finding yourself. If you acknowledge that you're lost, at least, that's a great starting point. That's a starting point because a lot of people don't even acknowledge they're lost. and they are lost. They're lost, so disconnected. So if you like at the point in life where you acknowledge, yeah, I don't know where I'm going and I want to find the way, I want to find the path, that's the right question to start with. Because I had to acknowledge that where I am right now is not that satisfying. And I know I'm destined for more. I think that's a great mindset to adopt as well. Like, feel like you're destined for more, knowing actually, not just hoping, not just like, yeah, knowing you're destined for more is a great starting point as well. And from there, you can start your research, you can start your journey, your path with any tools that are yeah, suitable for you. Yeah, well different. For me, it was meditation. Maybe for you, it can be something else. But I believe like all the answers are already inside of us. We already know what we want. We already know what's our path. All we need to do is just to clear the space for it to arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
we clear.
to find the tools to
Yeah.
be able to read all these answers inside of
Exactly.
ourselves, to
Yeah.
see it.
So yeah, that was my let's say starting point.
First steps out of the crisis.
Yeah, yeah. But it wasn't a quick journey. I would not call it a quantum jump or something like that. I took my time. Like I didn't quit my job straight away. Yeah, I took my time to really figure out what I wanted. And one of the great tools as well is to just get back into your body and to, but because your body always gives you the signals, by the way. Your body is never really sick. We really, really rare get sick for real. Most of the time, that sickness that rush on your skin, or I don't know, that lost voice or that headache is just a signal for you that hey, something's wrong in your life, or hey, you mistreat yourself, or hey, you don't love yourself enough, or hey, you're in a wrong relationship, etc., 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 or hey, you probably don't feel safe, that's why you have this, that. So I started to read the signals from my body, and my body was obviously not happy with that job because I always was having some not during COVID. During COVID, I was perfectly fine because it didn't really fly much. So I didn't get COVID sick ever. I was like the healthiest version of me. Once I started flying again, my body started giving me signals like, hey, that job is not for you anymore. It was a great period of your life, and I'm grateful for it. I don't feel like I did a mistake or anything. I feel like, yeah, that's exactly what I needed to do in order to get where I am right now. And yeah, my body was giving me so many signals. And at some point, I'm like, I cannot be,
I can't ignore it
I cannot
anymore.
ignore it.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. That's the also why should you make this step and go and search and step out of your comfort zone, because it will work until it doesn't. And correct that also the body will give you signals. And on some point, if you know that, for example, you hate your job, if you know that you're destined for more, as Alina said, if you know that there is something that you really would want to do like so much and you have an opportunity to try it out, but you're not, one day you just won't be able to like step out of your bed and go to work physically. Your body will stop you, your body will shut down, because you can betray yourself to a certain extent. Afterwards, like with psychosomatics, what we're discussing here, what I experience and what I know, for example, if you have a skin rash, you don't want to be touched. You don't want to be, for example, close to the person that you're close to. That's the signal of your body that it's not comfortable with the people that surround you. I have lower back issues my whole life, whole adult life. That's the issue with responsibility. When you take too much responsibility, especially not your responsibility, but other people. Um, the voice thing, for example, if you like itchy throat, or you can't speak, well, that mean that you didn't speak up what you're supposed to, like you,
absolutely.
yeah, you're not speaking up, like you hiding, or you're not saying what you know should be said. So our body knows the best. Do you know some examples as well, maybe something that you experienced?
Yeah, I'm trying to like for me it's a lower abdominal pain. Like it's about the closure, like the relationship and the intimacy in relationship. So if I don't want an intimacy, I feel that way. It's kind of protecting me, and I just say like, hey, I gotta,
Yeah.
I'm here, I cannot, have sex right now. And it's my body just telling me, hey, maybe it's not right person, or maybe this person triggered something right now and the relationship is not that it's not flowing right now. So maybe you have to talk about something with your partner. So for me, it's this kind of pain, it's a signal. Also, any kind of sexual not diseases, but whatever is connected to our sexual organs. Usually it's kind of about also the relationship. Something is just signaling your, hey, you gotta speak about something in your relationship or kind of solve something in your relationship, because right now your body is not the one who wants, intimacy or get close. So what else? Yeah, that's what I used to
Yeah,
experience.
we always know, but we're not hearing ourselves. So our body have to signal us in a very obvious way, like it's not happening.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
But it
happening.
starts with really like subtle words, like really quiet. Your body's like, hey, hey, hey. But we don't listen. And so at some point it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And it screams at us like, hey, can you feel? Can you see? Hello, wake up, wake up. You need rest, you need that, you need this. And yeah, at some point we don't have a choice but hearing our body. But it's really cool to learn how to listen to your body before it starts screaming at you. Yeah. So it's also a relationship, right? We are not our bodies. We are, yeah, like I believe in soul. So we have soul, a spirit that is in your body, and it's a relationship with the body, right? So your soul cannot give you physical signals, only through the body, right? So soul say sends signals to your body, and your body is like, hey, you have a message. Can you please read the message? Yeah, and do something about it. So
Yeah. So coming back to your story, first step out of the crisis, you started your e-commerce and you got like you checked the boxes of managing your own income and be not connected to the location. Was it enough?
no, like it wasn't that easy. I wouldn't say like, hey, I started my first businesses. All of a sudden, I became successful.
No, no, it's not a story about success. Shut down the camera. It's not a successful story.
No, it's not. I would say it's a failure story. I mean, I didn't really fail in a sense of like losing a lot of money or something. But I started with a jewelry business, and I think I chose it logically, like not intuitively. And also, I didn't really have a lot of savings to invest into scaling it. So it was working, but giving me really little profits. And I wasn't ready to scale, because in order to scale, in order to invest a lot in your business, you have to have that mindset that it's okay. And I was having a lot of fears because nobody in my family has a business, and I didn't grow up in this environment with when investing money into something risky is okay. So I was really afraid to invest a lot. So also I was doing everything myself. I didn't have anyone in my team to help me. I just was doing everything myself. And as you can imagine, it's very overwhelming. And you also cannot scale this way. But I was really, really afraid to invest. So obviously it didn't really work out. And because I like to do. Oh, like I'm that kind of person who keeps doing, keeps doing, keeps doing, just to feel productive. So I decided to open another store. So in another niche, I was selling balance boards. By that time, I was more aligned to the idea of it, because I like the idea that you can improve your skills of surfing or whatever board sports at home, and especially in Dubai when it's hot in the summertime. So it's really possible to go outside and do something active. It's great too to just stay active at home. And I also love the product. I found a great factory, not factory even, it was a studio in Russia, and they did it handmade. So it was a great quality, everything handmade, beautiful design. So I love the product. So for me, it was really easy to do that because I knew the product is great. And I learned a lot of skills along the way, obviously, as a founder. But it still wasn't bringing me enough income so I could like resign it in peace. So I was still working as a flight attendant. But all these experiences taught me so much. Even if it wasn't like the final destination, like I'm right now not an e-commerce owner, right? So I cannot name myself like, hey, I'm a founder of two huge businesses, like I make so much money. But these milestones that taught me a lot. And in this journey, I learned how to, first of all, structure my time, how to quiet my mind, how to regulate my nervous system, how to overcome all these fears of investing into something new, opening something new, starting something new. Because like I've started two stores in 2 years. So I don't think people really do it alone, right? But I was just in this mindset like, hey, I gotta try, gotta try, gotta try, gotta get out of my comfort zone, because I feel like this is my journey. I need to do this, even if eventually it's not going to be the thing I'm doing in life for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to learn things. And also, on this journey, I connected to a lot of amazing people because when you doing a business, you know that you need to stay active, keep in touch with people, network. And I met a lot of great people. This business actually helped me to connect with people in Dubai and all over the world with other brand owners. And I felt that was super beneficial journey. But that's interesting that I was focusing even more on my mindset than the business itself because that for me was so much more interesting that I don't know, selling physical product. I got so into I don't know, mind work, like subconscious mind work, meditation, all these tools. I got so interested in that that when I realized that actually I think I have a kind of a talent for helping people because all my friends would come to me like, hey, I want to open something as well. I want to start something as well. I want to change my life. Like, how do I start? Like, and I felt like people are just drawn to me in this way. And yeah, it was also a journey to acknowledge that I can do it as a job, not as just, being a volunteer and helping everyone just like that.
That's how journey to find your purpose normally looks like. It's not just like
Chaotic.
yeah, it's so unpredictable. It's never just I'm deciding that I'm gonna do this and this is gonna be my purpose and it's gonna satisfy all of my needs. But it's just trying, failing, trying again, trying very different things. But in the end, like when you finally will reach the point when you will feel like, yes, this is it. I found it. This connected to my purpose. I'm in the right place. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. When you will look back on your journey and you will connect the dots backwards, then you will start to understand, as you said right now, in this business I learned these skills. Doing this I met that person. This I gained this knowledge, and I had to go through all of this journey in order to appear exactly here, being exactly who I am right now, so now I can actually serve my purpose.
Exactly.
Because also you have to kind of develop the character for some things, especially if your purpose is connected to helping other people. You have to go through your own journey. You have to develop your own character. You have to go through shit. Like there's no other way.
Yeah, so I can actually relate to the problems of my clients.
Yeah, yeah, because you've been there.
Yeah. I'm just talking. Shit, sorry. But yeah, I'm talking real because I know what they're going through. And yeah, now I have a lot of clients who are actually opening their own brands and their companies. And I know exactly what they're going through. So when they come to me like, hey, I feel so overwhelmed. Oh, I feel like so lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, that's okay.
Yeah.
How are you going to figure out what's right, what's wrong if you not try? Like if you just sit there, like you will never get it right from the first attempt. It's impossible. You gotta do some mistakes. I mean, this is experience. This is what you have to do. And failure is good.
I love this phrase. Like, if you would knew that you have to fail in order for you to find your life or whatever,
Yeah.
you have to fail. In order for you, if you would know that in order for you to find your purpose or the love of your life, you have to fail 30 times. What would you do? Like, you would try to fail as fast as possible.
Exactly.
As fast as possible, like bam, 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 so you would reach faster this 31st attempt that will be yours. The only issue is that when we go through the journey, we don't know how many times we have to fail in order to find something that will work.
Yeah, but I think if you're connected to your intuition, to yourself, you can kind of shorten that time and
There is shortcuts.
yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have to do it 30 times.
absolutely.
Just wait.
That's why like life coaches exist
Yeah,
to show the
exactly.
shortcut.
Yeah. Probably if you're like just doing without listening to your inner voice, probably yeah, you need to fail a lot of times. But yeah, you can make this journey shorter and like let's say more productive. But that's exactly what it is, like, especially about the love of your life. Yeah, you gotta go on like 10, 20, 30 dates before you meet. Maybe it's gonna be the first date. Who knows? But most of the time, yeah, you gotta.
If we're talking about the majority of people, no. It never happened the first attempt. And there is a reason for that. Also, like, it's not that interesting and everything happens so fast. Like, I speak a lot with the PTs, like fitness coaches.
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't value it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they have a favorite phrase like that they say to their clients who wants to, for example, lose fat or gain all the abs in the world and stuff like that. They're saying, imagine if tomorrow you wake up with your perfect body. What would happen?
How boring is that?
First of all, it's boring. Second of all, you wouldn't be able to sustain it because you have no idea how this body operates. You have no idea how to train, what to eat, how to maintain. In the months, you will get back to where you are right now.
Yeah.
Because the journey is for you not only to become someone or some shape or form of yourself, but to learn how you can build this, how you can maintain this, how you can make it sustainable. So then when the shit happens, and it will happen, that's life, you'll have your ups and downs and ups and downs. You will know exactly how to go from downs to ups. You will know your steps, you will know your mechanisms, you would know the tools. And that's what will make you successful. That's what will make your relationship work. That's what will make your business work. That you know how to build it again and again and again, how to rebuild it, how to manage it, how to sustain it. That's the point of the journey.
100%. Imagine that everything in life would be easy to achieve.
Boring.
Imagine that we would be all millionaires.
Boring.
And especially people who think that if you work more, you get more in life. Imagine, like, we all work hard and all be millionaires, right? But there are more layers to that.
Yeah.
Just hard work. There are more layers to that that just, like, doing things all over again. You can do things all over like again, but you might not learn, right? So the point here is to learn from every mistake and every experience that you're going through. And this is when awareness is important, mindfulness is important, because it takes skill as well. It's a skill, I think, to know how to reflect on your experiences, reflect on your mistakes, reflect on everything that's going on in life, and to integrate this experience into your current and present moment. So, yeah, I agree with everything that you said.
Thank you very much. That's the wisdom of my journey. But we're talking about yours. So, from e-commerce to coaching, how did that jump happen? That sounds like a quantum jump for me because I know that it's not easy to find this inner confidence that I can help other people now. I can teach other people something now. That's quite a journey. So tell me about this part.
Yeah, so first of all, it took me courage again to quit my job before I actually felt stable in my business. Um, but I reached the point when I couldn't do the job anymore. Like, I was at the point when, yeah,
The flight attendant job.
terrified that. Like, I was too tired for that and I didn't enjoy it at all. And I promised myself in the beginning of this job, when I just joined, I promised myself that I will quit once I don't enjoy it anymore. Because I was enjoying it for several years. I loved the lifestyle. I loved traveling. It was a great lifestyle, good money, fun. I was young, so for me it was perfect. But I promised myself that I will quit once I feel unhappy. So I reached the point when I felt miserable, literally. I was waking up in the morning, going for a fly, feeling like I just can't do it anymore. And yeah, I just resigned all of a sudden one day. Like, something just clicked, something triggered me. And I wrote a resignation letter. And I felt like I don't want to stay in Dubai. Bali was calling me for many years. I felt like I want to come here and just to experience the life here. And that's what I did. I just grabbed my two bags and moved with, like, not much savings, alone. Like, literally, I went the 0 point, let's call it this way, right? I went through the total reset in my life.
So you don't have to be fully ready to change your life. You're never ready. You will never be ready.
Yes, I was just absolutely, yes, I wasn't ready financially. I wasn't ready in any other sense, but I was just listening to my intuition again, and my intuition was telling me, like, hey, you gotta do this, allow this leap or jump to happen to you. You would allow it. And it takes also not just courage, but trust in yourself. And I trusted myself. I trusted my intuition back then. And I felt like, hey, it's gonna be amazing. And even if I failed that, I mean, I don't know how I would define fail back then. Let's say, yeah, I wouldn't make it. I would have to come back to Dubai and search for another job, blah blah. It was like,
I had failure as me hungry, living in the box, TV box under the bridge, and eating like sharing my with the rats. or something.
I guess so many
I
people
get,
feel
we
the
all have
same.
this picture in our
Yeah,
head, like for everyone is
yeah.
different.
But I also understood, like, by that time already I knew some like coaching tools and stuff, and how to work with the fears. I was imagining that the worst case scenario, we all have it, and me in the present moment, and I realized there's a huge gap between me right now and that worst scenario. So many things have to go wrong. So many decisions have to be made, like in a bad way. Like, I don't know, like I have to fail so many times,
Yeah,
do
just
so many
not one big
mistakes,
failure, but 100 small failures.
fuck up so much in order to get to this point. And I'm like, come on, like I'm not that dumb, you know? I think I can figure it all out. Yeah, right. So I have some skills, I have
Yeah, I love
experience.
it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, right? But yeah, your mind is an interesting thing, right? Your subconscious mind always tries to keep you safe. And I had a lot of fears around money. I had a lot of fears around safety, and they were chasing me all this time. Imagine like you resign, you don't have an income right now, you just have savings. You're still trying to figure out your purpose and what you want to do. It's a bit scary waking up in the morning knowing that no money is just coming to you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know when's you or if anybody can pay you. But I was enjoying life here so much, and I think that was me very positive and enthusiastic. And I was also learning how to manifest in a way that how to program your mind for something that you want. And when I was flying to Bali, I wrote in my like wish list, let's say, that I want to organize a festival because I used to do events. I want to organize a spiritual festival here. I don't know how, I don't know with who, I don't know how it works here, right? I'm new to this country. I don't know the rules. I don't know anyone here. But I had this dream. I had this dream and I just trusted in this dream. And I moved here in January. So by the end of January, I met a person here randomly who had the same idea as me. And she already started preparing this festival. And she's like, do you want to be my partner? I'm like,
Everything is aligned, right?
yeah. And so many synchronicities happen to me this way. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That would be an amazing experience. And also, I will get some money.
The proofs, once again, once you start to follow your path, the world will help you.
Exactly.
A proper people will come, opportunities will come. You just have to see it, acknowledge it, and take it. The world wants you to come to your greatest potential. The world wants you to give your greatest value. The world wants you to serve your purpose. You just have to trust it enough, give it enough time, and let it happen. Don't fight with it. That's the like it's all so woo woo, and but in the end of the day, whatever person I'm asking, they're all saying the same thing. Like I was just doing what I like, and somehow everything happened, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, it's foolable because it's not yet proven by research or
And you
science.
can build this journey with your rational mind.
Yeah,
That's the only
but
way.
I'm pretty sure we're on the way to actually proving that. We're on the way. There are a lot of researchers already that are focused on proving how subconscious mind works and how we can actually create reality with our thoughts. And how the frequency of love, because when you do something from love, you're operating from the frequency of love, how it resonates with everything around you, because we are all one. So basically, how you attract people from love, or how you attract events from love, how you create everything from love. And this is when it all starts aligning. Because when you operate from fear, because I had experiences in my life. Yeah, sometimes I fall into the trap of fear, and I start doing something from fear of, I don't know, failure, fear of success, or fear of, I don't know, losing whatever I have. And this is when alignment is gone.
Mm.
Yeah. And this is when I try to push too hard, resist, operate from this scarcity mindset. This is when everything starts falling apart. So I had both experience, and I can say for sure from my experiences, from experiences of my clients, from experiences of my friends, that this works. We don't know how. We don't know for sure how. We don't know how to scientifically explain that, but this is how it works, and a lot of people going through the same thing. So if you just make this shift happen for you and start operate from fear, start operate from love, operate from joy, It sounds, yeah, ooh. Well,
I believe you don't have to prove it to me. I didn't believe in this.
I'm just like, I know there are some people who doubt it.
Yeah, it's just not easy to keep following it
Of
because
course, no
there
one
will
thinks
be,
it's easy.
yeah, tests. Life will be testing you, but you actually, the hardest part is to keep believing in it and keep moving and following your journey, your path, even when it's hard, even when it's slow, even when you're losing things, when you're losing money, when you're like when everyone around you seems successful and happy, and you just, just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. But that's the journey. That's the kind of thing you have to go through.
It's again, it's about awareness, bringing the
Yeah.
awareness and changing your thoughts in the moment. Because when even one thing goes slightly wrong, it never goes wrong, by the way. It goes exactly how it should be. Yeah. We perceive it as wrong or we perceive it as bad, and we launch the cycle of negative thinking again and again and again and again. And this is when we need to bring our awareness into it and like, hey, I choose to think a different way now. Because I know this cycle of negative thinking is not gonna bring me where I want. I want different. I change my thinking. I change my feelings, and like I change my thoughts first and then my feelings, and then from there I change my actions. Because just by changing actions but still thinking it's not gonna work,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work.
Magic is not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So, as I remember from your story, that your events career was was not alone, and it's eventually it also kind of like it didn't work, and then you moved to coaching.
It was the steps. So I was
Mm-hmm.
organizing this event, and we invited a lot of teachers and guides. Like there were a lot of yoga teachers, Kundalini, spiritual guides, coaches, hypnotherapists, human design experts. So everything that you could imagine in the personal development field, we had it on the festival. And I was in the role of event organizer, right? But deep inside, I felt I want to be in a different role. I want to be in the role of actually a guide. But back then, I didn't have the confidence yet, right? But it gave me the feeling of who I want to be. And I started to study. So I took a course on life coaching. I took a course before that even, yeah, meditation teacher course. I took it before I came to Bali just for myself. So yeah, I got a certification as life coach. I got certification as NLP practitioner, then hypnotherapist. So it was like a journey. But as I said, every single experience you have is gonna bring you to where you want to be.
Or like a pieces
Yeah, yeah.
is coming
We
up
went to
together.
events, by the way. Yeah, I did another festival last year in Spain. I think it doesn't have to exclude one another.
Yeah.
It can be both. So you have different times you can utilize them in different ways, and it brings you joy. Why not do it? So it's all anyway. So for me, these festivals, these events, they help me to connect with more people in my field, and maybe connect sometimes with my potential clients. But also, it's kind of celebration of life. We create the events where people can explore themselves on different levels, and they can try any kind of practice or any kind of tool that is there. So for me, it's very inspiring, to be honest, because I don't see a lot of events like this happening. So this is not just a party where I just like get some mushrooms and it's real journey. So
Just to summarize, when did you feel that you found your purpose, or at least you felt like I'm, moving towards my purpose right now? How does it feel? When did you understood that?
I think if I have to answer this question now, like what's my purpose? My purpose is joy. That's my purpose. Whatever brings me joy right now is my purpose. Of course, in a holistic way. I'm not. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if I'm gonna be a coach or hypnotherapist forever. I don't know if it's my life purpose because I believe that purpose might change throughout life. But I believe I felt this is something I should do at least for now. When I had my first session with a client, and I felt so happy. I just felt so happy because I already after the first session I felt the shift happening, and then after 1 month working with her, she left her toxic relationship, she left her toxic job, and she started doing something that she really loved, working in beauty industry. She had obviously a talent for that, and it made me so happy. And this is when I realized it's something I wanted to do.
This feeling of fulfillment, not
Exactly.
only happiness but fulfillment. Like
Yeah,
like
fulfillment.
I'm doing something that actually makes sense, something really valuable.
Yeah.
Like it makes my life better, it makes other people's lives better. This is a very different kind of sensation. It's not only like I did some work, I received money for that, but it's like I brought value into this world. And it's just it's on a different level. I guess it's also one of the things that like it's signaling you that you're moving in the right direction. You're doing something right here.
Yeah. I believe that my purpose also to awaken as many people as I can. Awaken in a way that, by awakening, I mean to live consciously, doing what you love, living from love, remembering who you are. You're a soul having this human experience. You don't have to follow the rules created by someone else. You can create your own rules. You can live your life on your own terms. And if I help more people to do that, to lead that kind of life, probably this is, yeah, will make me more fulfilled. And uh, probably this is my purpose for now. I believe we are all in this game. Is how may, yeah,
Like the game of life,
game of life.
my favorite game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with you on this one. I truly get um the purpose will look and feel different for everyone, but there is some things like signals that gives you an idea that you're moving in the right direction. I also believe that purpose can change with the time. It's not just one thing that you once found and then you have to do this till the rest of your days. It's very idea, and it also it's together with your changes, like you as a person, you as a society member, and everything else. So um, just to summarize the whole thing, like you went through your crisis, like your transformation. You moved from working with the job that was not satisfying anymore and being financially and geographically connected and tied up to basically a life of freedom. As I know, you're traveling right now all the time throughout all the world. You have a beautiful love life. You have a healthy and very open relationship, and you have other people doing what you love to do. If you want to add something to this conclusion, you can absolutely add it. Yeah, no, sounds great. Sounds like a success story to me right now. So, what's the main insights that you really want to share with people who probably maybe go through the same journey or found connections between what they're having or feeling right now with your story? Like, what's the main insights that will become that shortcut for the people who's looking for the way? Something that you really want to share with others, something that it took you freaking years to understand that, and now you can just give it away like this out of abundance.
Um, Stick to your dream and choose the right motivation. What I mean by that is choose something that really inspires you as your dream. For me, it's been always traveling the world and exploring the world. Like I never felt like I want to settle in one place, have a like routine. Like I like to have routine, but like 1 month, 2 months, and I want to move. So this is just my nature. And be true to your nature. Like I know this is my authenticity. This is my nature. I love moving. I love exploring. I love traveling. This gives me energy. This gives me life. I know maybe for you, maybe it's opposite. Maybe you love routine. Maybe you actually love to have like a really nice, comfortable home to settle down. This is your nature. Stick to it if this is something that is true to yourself. So we are all so different, and nobody gonna fit some standard of happiness and fulfillment or perfect life or success. There is not a standard of success. We are also different. So explore your nature, understand who you are, what's valuable for you, what's your real dream, what are your true desires, and all of that you can understand only from connection with yourself. Nobody gonna ever come and tell you, no coach, no psychologist, no any other person gonna tell you, hey, I think this is what you should do, this is how you should live, and this is your dream. If someone ever tells you that, run away, because nobody knows so different. Someone wants to, I don't know, have a house by the ocean, have a dog or a pet, yeah, and just enjoy that life in nature and be connected to nature. Someone wants to, I don't know, live in urban places, have a fast life, and yeah, maybe this is happiness for them. So the only thing I know for sure, you need to explore yourself. This is your life purpose, is to get to know yourself on every level, know what your true desires are, and choose it as your motivation. Because if you move in life from a raw motivation, things will not work out. And once you get there, you understand this is not making you happy or fulfilled because you've chosen the wrong dream. And this is very disappointing when you get there and you realize this is not what you wanted. So I have goosebumps, okay? So this is my greatest insight, I guess, because mm, the moments when I felt down and I had, because it wasn't the only crisis I was going through 5 years ago, right? I had some other crises during these 5 years, which is okay. Every crisis is um just of moments when you reevaluate actually your life and adjust your routine or your habits or whatever you do.
Opportunity to grow.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a opportunity to grow. It's okay to have a crisis. So every time I had a crisis, I was just checking with myself, am I acting from right motivation? Do I know why I want to make money, for example? Why I want to be successful? What is success to me right now? And I myself that I just don't even know why. I forgot, like I fell asleep. I actually I love exploring the world. I love traveling, and I would choose a new motivation for myself. Like, hey, I want to go on this trip. I don't know, to Italy with my friend just for 3 days. I need this much money. Let's just create this opportunity. Let's create that money. And when you act from place of creating, this is when you get the results. Yeah, creating for something meaningful for you. um yeah, just listen to yourself, come back to yourself every single time you doubt. Tune into yourself, and this is the skill you will need for the rest of your life. This is something you learn and keep doing every day. It's practice. Starting from little things like, hey, what I want to eat for breakfast, all the way to, hey, where do I want to live? A lot of people don't even ask themselves this question. They're like, yeah, I'm okay where I am. Are you sure? Are you here? There's so many amazing places in the world. Yeah. And if you never really chosen your place, yeah, like I'm sure Rita explored a lot before choosing Bali. This is your happy place. For me, Bali is one of my happy places for sure. But it took me years and 50 countries to really explore because actually one of my um, motivations in life was find a happy place for myself. Because, yeah, obviously you can be happy anywhere for sure, but the place and the environment is important. I believe it's very important. And every place has a frequency, and you need to align with that frequency. If you don't align with this frequency, you're probably not going to be that fulfilled or that happy. Like, for example, I wasn't 100% fulfilled and happy in Dubai because the frequency of the place wasn't something natural for me. That's why I just kept on going and trying new places. Yeah, trying new places, you need courage.
Yeah, then your happy place may change also. So you have to stay aligned to yourself to understand when it doesn't work anymore and go and explore once again.
Yeah, yeah. I think, okay, I have a second insight is about fear. If you're scared of something, this means on the other side of that fear, there is something that is waiting for you, something that is right for you, something's gonna make you happier, or more fulfilled, more joyful. You gotta go there. The fear is a great indicator of, so if you're scared of some action, like maybe you're scared to move to another country, scared to change your job, scared of starting a new business, scared of starting a new relationship, blah, blah, blah. A great indicator that you have to do it.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
The fear, there's your desire hidden there.
Yeah.
Like that's your point of growth. That's where you have to move that in order to learn something new to become someone. Absolutely. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
I really love what you said about the first insight that just follow your nature. That's so simple yet so deep because we all wearing masks. We all trying to be a little bit different. We all try to fit. We all try to be loved, to be comfortable. And this sadness in your life actually grows from this constant self betrayal. Like deep inside, you know who you are, you feel who you are, you know what you really want. But because of whatever reason, you keep doing different things, you keep playing the role, you keep acting out and choosing the wrong people in wrong places and everything else and wrong opportunities. And with each of the self-betrayal actions, you just go in further and further from your nature. So then it's actually afterwards to reconnect with yourself.
Yeah.
So for some people, I believe that they went so far from their true self that it might go back again. But that's the point of being awakened. That's the point of being conscious. So in any moment of the time, you can be absolutely sure about your decisions. You can find your journey. You can find your path and your purpose in your life and your the love of your life, because you feel your nature deep inside. You know who you are. Deep inside, you know what you really want, and nothing can shake you out of this idea that you're convinced in. And that's really powerful. That gives you this stability that we're all looking for. That gives you this ground, this freedom of choices, this confidence and courage and trust. It all grows from there, and self-love as well. Everything grows from there. It's just deep inside feeling and knowing who you are, and just no matter what, following this, just taking the risk and see where the life is going to bring you. Because the phrase that I heard a couple of days ago and it hit me so hard is that I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. And that's
I love
that
that.
is so true.
It's
It's
so
so true. What's the point of just acting out your whole life and make everyone else happy if you're miserable inside? Just take the courage, make a step, follow your dream, try it out, and then really see if that's something that fulfills you. It's better to take the risk and be happy one day than be miserable your whole life.
I love that.
And I think it's a good point to finish with here today. I'm so grateful for you to share your story. You're so open, you're so honest, and I absolutely recommend anyone who's searching for their purpose, anyone who's looking for a mentor, guidance, especially more energetic kind of changes, to apply for a free intro call, discovery call, discovery
yeah.
Lena, just catch up. Maybe that's the mentor you've been looking for. Maybe that's your wake up call. Maybe that's your destiny knocking in your doors. So grateful for this conversation today. I also got a little bit of insights from myself
Great.
for
That's why I'm doing that.
yeah, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. We're serving a bigger purpose. It's basically just making this world just a little bit better by following our path and helping others to find theirs.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank
It was a
you too.
pleasure.
Pleasure of mine. Thank you very much for you two to for you all to watching today. I'll be absolutely happy to receive some of your feedbacks and comments down below. Also subscribe, like, ring the bell. I don't know, go outside and have a beautiful walk. Kiss the love of your life, hug your cat, and just be happy today, because we charged this video with a beautiful energy, and I hope that it all gave you at least one point to think about, one question to ask yourself, or one insight that will actually change your life. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day.
Thank you.